This is Eric Mwatha with Mwatha.com for the week of October 30th, 2011. Let's take a look at what the market is showing us here. For those of you who might have the chance of finding some bullish ideas in terms of individual stock picks, I think you can't really fault yourself for taking the bait and going long, because as we can see here on the NASDAQ weekly chart. Now on this video I'm going to show you lots of resistance levels on many of the markets that we track, but at the same time I'm going to begin here with a video showing you the NASDAQ weekly chart, which is showing some level of breakout, and that breakout has to be respected. That's why I say if you come across any good breakout stock pick, I think there's no problem in you taking the buying opportunity, because this market could indeed be changing its stripes, even though there's a lot of resistance in many of the charts. And the new week is going to tell us whether this market is going to find resistance and conform to that resistance and pull back, or if we are going to continue pushing higher. Now you'll see here that the moving averages in terms of the 10-week moving average and the 33-week moving average are now looking like they might want to cross over. Now that's a long-term buy signal, just like it was here in the October of 2010 and also about June of 2009. So every time we find the moving averages crossing over, we really have to be playing the direction of that crossover. Now the last crossover was a bearish crossover here sometime in, again, July of 2011, and since this bearish crossover the market has been down. But now we are looking at an opposite scenario. Depending on what happens in the next couple of weeks, if the trend continues higher, then we are definitely going to see this crossover take place, and that's going to set up a bullish scenario in the market, which is going to surprise most of us, including myself, who've been bearish on this market. And markets do sometimes change, and if they change, you're supposed to change your opinion. There's no need to fight the trend. So here's a chart that shows a possibility of market that wants to move higher. Also, you'll notice that in terms of a price, there's a slight breakout here. This week market moved about this gray line, which is a decent breakout. And so unless the only way you know that this breakout is a fake is if we recapture back below this area here. If we go back to about a week ago highs, if we move below the week ago highs, then you see that breakout has been nullified and the market was trying to trick us into going long. Another way to look at this market also is to take a look at the NASDAQ weekly chart, which is one of the few charts that is actually showing an RSI breakout. On the weekly charts right now, you'll see that the Dow or the NASDAQ is showing a breakout above RSI top lines. If you connect the highs here, draw a straight line, the market this week is now just inching out of that area, which net by itself is a buy signal. Now you're going to see the rest of this video lots of charts showing resistance levels, and we are going to see how the new week is going to look like. But for now, the NASDAQ chart, if you're looking for a reason to be bullish, is giving you a good enough reason. Now to some of the things that are showing up in the market. Now if you take a look at the NASDAQ again, it's up above its 200-day moving average, had a nice breakout about 2-3 days ago and has held those levels. And we can see the market now, we can see on hindsight, we had a low here in August, another low in August that was retested at the beginning of October. The market immediately after 1 day closing below this or piercing this level into a day recovered. And on the Dow, I think we've gained from about 1060 on the Dow, and I think we closed at about 12, somewhere in that area, above 12,200. So markets come back a lot. Okay, so bottom I think was 1040 was the low on the Dow. So I mean it's a big point jump in about 3 weeks. So anyway, having come off those lows, is everything looks solid as far as the price is concerned. The only problem with the market right now is the RSI. If you check the highs in the market on the RSI, connecting the highs of February, highs of January, highs of July. Now you'll find here that we are forming what seems like a triple top on the RSI on the daily. That is a reason for concern for those of you who are playing the long side. For those of you who are playing the short side of this market, you'd like this to be confirmed as resistance by the market moving below this, not moving above this line here, resisting that and moving lower. That would confirm a top, that the market has seen a top. Another reason to be cautious in this market, again, like I said, lots of other things showing that the market could have picked out, is take the highs here. This is now the QQQ hourly chart. We've been making new highs over the last, I think, 3 weeks, and yet on the hourly, making new highs on price, but the hourly chart is showing resistance, as in technicals are declining with the market making intermediate highs. So given that scenario, that is sometimes what sets up for a market that wants to go down. Now if you take a look at the Dow Transports, what I want to share here is on the RSI. Dow Transport shows the market coming back to RSI resistance general area. If you take the highs there and there, you'll see that now we are back to this general area where you'd expect the market to find resistance on the weekly RSI. This is a weekly chart for the Dow Transport. So somewhere around here, the market closed just at resistance. We'll see how things shape out in the new week. But net has been a nice month for the entire market complex, but now we see some markets coming into resistance. Now if you take a look at the QQQ again, bring this back on an hourly, on a daily chart for the QQQ, you'll see that we've been forming this level here, resistance on the daily, and now we are back in this general area again. So here is where you'd expect either a breakout, strong breakout, which is going to be different market behavior because we've been stalling in this general area here, 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 and so now we're in this general area. A breakout means that there's a new game in town. If it stalls, then it's the same old game of market trading in a range and finding a resistance in this general area. So this is where we'd expect to see a breakout or a failure in this market. If you take a look now at the QQQ from a daily view on the RSI, you'll see that the RSI is also forming what seems to me like a triple top on the RSI. If we roll over, that's going to confirm that we've already seen the highs for the for October, and we could be moving lower from current levels.